I'm not going to take any more chances on this stream. I'm going to find a shady hole.
If they're starting that guy, most of it.
Like a catfish, I'm going to bury myself at the bottom of it. It's freaking sick. Came out of the sun here. I'm going to stay here. So what you missed there was is that a one hopper off the fence? I didn't see it. Some Long Island hitter hit a very loud fly ball to right field. He's on second base now. Is that a one hopper, Randy, off the fence? Or what was that? No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't see it land, but I don't think so.
Deep fly ball.
Yeah, not right down the line. And it wasn't like it was a little bit of a line or two kind of.
Yeah.
It was 300 foot one-hand swing. Right, that's what it was. It was right
Emery
down the
described
line.
it as a 300-foot one-handed swing.
It's gone at Smothers.
Yeah. That palm, or what's the one that's like 200 feet down the line? Not palm, what's the one I'm thinking of?
It's gone at Palm though, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's one that's really, really short.
What's the one that we're playing?
So we are in the top of the
Where we played
second.
at Kansas.
Mammoth are up 4-0.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Got a guy in second with, I think, one out. Is there one out, Randy? Nobody out. Nobody out.
I think that was the first hitter, right?
A very cool hitter right there. I don't know what that pitch was.
Yeah. Is it really?
It's ground ball through the left side. Runner moves to third.
Here you go, boys. Roll it up.
First and third, nobody out. Top of the second. Mammoth up 4-0. It's a line drive. Casey fielded it, threw to first. Runner got back to the base. One out. Mackerel on the mound.
Roll it up. Let's go. One pitch away.
Try another angle here in a second.
Stop, Lip. Come on, Lip.
Try to hold this as still as I can. In the shade. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to the stream. That's a pop-up straight up. Earmuffs. Casey caught that one. 2 outs. He's not happy about that. 4-0, top of 2. Scored in the first. How about you guys?
7-1,
Who are you guys playing?
top of 2, Houston Marauders.
And you're beating them up 7-1? Excellent. The dream may happen.
Yes.
A couple of Minnesota teams making it all the way to the final. Just got an update from Jolene, Matt Carter's significant other, and one of the best fans I think any local team can possibly have or has. Jolene did some live streaming last night for the Grays. Sounds like the Grays are up 7-1 on the number 1 seed in the tournament, the Houston Marauders. Mammoth came in as the 3 seed. First and third, 2 outs. Mammoth up 4-0, top of the second. Let me go around that infield, outfield one more time. I don't know if that was cut off. We got Nate Jackson at third, Mike Dahl at short, Casey Johnson at second, Emery at first, Diamond Dan out in left, Billy Houseman in center field, and Brian Bushman out in right. Mackerel on the mound. That was hit hard. Are you kidding me? What a sensational play by Casey Johnson. That was just a seed up the middle, one hop. Casey laid out. I couldn't tell if he was parallel to the ground like Superman. If he wasn't parallel, he was awfully close to parallel. Full extension, gloved it, flipped it to second for the force. An outstanding play from the Mammoth second baseman, Casey Johnson. That will be recounted with relish tonight in the hot tub. Bushy just used an expletive to describe that play in a good way. Great start for the Mammoth today. Great start. So we got a pitcher on the mound. I overheard Emery talking to Randy, who had already faced him once. He said he doesn't have any movement on his pitches. And I can tell you, he's got a curveball. In terms of his fastball, it's not a great fastball. And if it's not moving, these guys are going to feast on it.
I heard Grays are winning.
Yeah, 7-1.
Nice.
Against Houston.
Good start.
Yeah.
They're playing the Marauders?
Marauders, yeah, who I think are the 1 seed. I mean,
They're the what?
I think they're the 1 seed.
I would think so.
They came in undefeated, so. Or no,
yeah,
they came in with 1 loss.
Okay. Oh, no, there was an undefeated team.
You're right, Seattle. I wonder how they got the Marauders. I'm confused too.
Over here we got, these guys were the 4 seed because Royals.
Who are they playing?
And they're all wearing white jerseys. Oh, no. Where are they playing? We really need a bracket.
We do. Bracket with
Where's
seeds.
the tournament director with the bracket taped to the wall?
I mean, Sigler does a great job, but good grief. I mean, we can put a man on the moon, but we can't produce a bracket with seeds.
Or just a guy here to tell us all what's going on. We had to
Yeah,
call
right?
here. Like, maybe it's all drive down here and then you have down here to help us.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. So I think the Royals are a Seattle.
Yeah, you're right about that. Seattle Royals.
Isn't this number 1 on deck? Over here at the 1 here. Didn't we just play him? Didn't we play first base? Oh, so that's the Reds, right?
The California Reds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
think
Reds
so.
and the Royals. And then, yeah, Marauders,
The Grays.
Braves, Dodgers.
So leading off for the Mammoth in the bottom of the second, leading 4-0, is Dan Smolik. There's a high chopper to the shortstop, waist high hop, throw. Really nice hustle from Dan, but throw just nipped him. 1 out. Dan had a good day yesterday. Everybody had a good day yesterday. I was talking to the guys on the way home. I played with these guys in the summer, Mammoth, and Mammoth won the Federal League and then won the 35+ state tournament. That we had a stretch of the second game, that stretch of baseball. That's the most consistent hard contact we had as a team this year, and that's without Tom Corcoran. It was just a awesome display of barreled baseballs. Mike Dahl, 1 out. He's got a big 12-6 curveball, big loopy curveball. I saw him throwing it during warm-ups, and it looked like it was at the high, at its apex. It was like 12 feet off the ground. I mean, it almost looked like an ephus. He's made it a little more. He's made it look a little bit more like a baseball pitch than a softball pitch from the mound here, but it's definitely got a big teardrop to it. There it is again. Reminds me a little bit of Kenny's curveball. It's just a lot of break on it. 2 strikes, couple curveballs. You'd expect a fastball here. It was straight. I don't know if that was a heater or the changeup. Probably his fastball because it's not much of a fastball. Not a lot of velocity on it, but straight. Mike had a heroic start. I mean, it was worthy of a medieval poem. The start he had against foul ball still. The start he had against a Puerto Rican team. I believe it was the third game of the tournament. Puerto Rico played down in our division. They're a mountain division team, which is higher than the Cactus we play in. Mike held them in check, and we managed to sneak away with a 13-8 victory. It was the only team Puerto Rico lost in their 6-game pool play, which included games against upper division opponents. So I think that was the game where some of us realized that this team, we scored 13 runs against their pitching, that this team offensively was, we knew it was great. I think we realized that it was something of a juggernaut. We're seeing that. Ground ball to the shortstop, stayed down on it nicely, pick, throw, good arm. I don't know how many 1, 2, 3 innings we've seen against us in this tournament. I'm pretty sure you could probably count them on one hand. Maybe in some of those games when we extended the lineup, we had a couple, but when we've got our starting 10 out there, it has been extraordinarily rare. These guys have just not stopped hitting. 2 outs, Mike Lippert. Mike is worthy of MVP considerations. Should the starting off with a curveball. That ball broke in front of the plate, bounced up and into the young man's undercarriage. Said something to Lip. Lip was a catcher, gave him a smile and a comment back. Some commiseration there, no doubt. Really burying that curveball. He appears to have pretty good control over that curveball, so when he's throwing it more, catcher may have detected that this team can hit fastballs, so we'll see. May see a lot of off speed going forward. It was too straight. There's a high fastball, that's out. 3-0. Lip has started every game at catcher. There's one where I think he started every game. Dan Casals relieved him a little bit, but Lip has been back there. This is our 7th game in about 5 days. And Phoenix and Tucson are situated in a desert, if you're not familiar with United States geography. So it's pretty hot. Lip was showing Kenny his bruises. It was a little bit like the Richard Dreyfuss character in Jaws. It's an attempted bunt, high fastball. I think Dan wanted to offer. I think he's a little frustrated there. Called for a strike. It was a little bit like the Richard Dreyfuss character in that Jaws scene where I forget the other character's name. The old sea hand where they're talking about they're showing each other their various shark scars from the sharks over the years. It was basically giving Kenny a guided tour of his various bruises from setting up behind home plate. Richard Hatch, that was the other character, the old guy who got consumed by the shark in the end. I think they were talking about the USS Indianapolis. A horrific night when all those sailors were consumed by sharks. At any rate, this is supposed to be a joyous stream. Back to baseball. Diamond Dan working the count. It was top of the zone if it was in the zone. Umpire said something to Dan, probably where that pitch was relative to the strike zone. Probably said that's the ceiling. Dan kind of stood in the box there for a split second longer. Did the call. Okay, that's hit Dan in the ankle or the foot. Dan's on first base. Back to Casey. Casey made a gold glove play to end the last inning. They had guys in first and third, 2 outs. Hot smash up the middle, 1 hopper. Casey laid out, gloved it, flipped to second, force play, 3 outs. This is bottom of the second. Mammoth are up 4-0. First round playoff play for the Mammoth. Second game of this round for the Long Island Twins. Come on, Case. Billy and the catcher are laughing about something. I don't know what he's referring to. Seems like a pretty good-natured group, catcher in particular. That was up in the zone. Casey got the hands on level with the pitch. Usually when Casey is on time with the pitch, and that pitch is, he's not overextended or really bunched up, he hits it. He doesn't miss it like that very often. There's a high pitch. I mean, he didn't miss that pitch, he fouled it off. Casey struck out yesterday, swinging strike 3, and I was taken aback a little bit because he just doesn't swing and miss very often. His bat-to-ball skills are just elite.
Yeah, Casey, let's go, buddy.
Probably sounds like there's a little praise inflation. There's a lot of inflation around the country right now, and it may appear that it's seeped into this broadcast, but these guys are as good as I'm saying they are. What's that?
Good speed on the bases if you find a gap.
Yeah. 2-out rally, first and second.
Yeah.
A couple of high fastballs. I think this guy realizes that we can hit fastballs, so every fastball is up.
And then soft and only.
Yep. He's got pretty good control over that curveball, I think.
Yeah.
3-2.
Works him away here. Yep.
And I have to have a word with Casey tonight. I just talked about how he doesn't swing and miss. And that was a swing and miss. That pitch looked like it was off the plate. I mean, that might have been the best fastball he's thrown today. At least the best fastball that's been down. Had some pace on it. Casey had to reach a little bit for it. So we move into the top of the third. 4-0 Mammoth. So they made us drive out to Tucson today. Give you a 360 of the complex here. We've been playing all of our games in the greater Phoenix area. Apparently there's something to do with COVID and minor league ball and the AFL where the fields we would normally use today aren't available, or I'm not exactly sure what it is. So we had to pack ourselves into a car and drive 2 hours for this game, which is a first world problem, I grant you. But would have been nice to play a little bit closer to home. Some of these teams probably had to leave. They had 9 o'clock, I think 10 o'clock games. Yeah, 10 o'clock games, so they probably had to leave at 7 o'clock. It's about a 2-hour drive. Getting here in time to warm up. The Grays in particular had a stadium game last night that didn't end, I don't think, until 11:30, and they had a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock game here. That was a quick turnaround, but to their credit, they dispatched their first round opponent with relative ease. I think they beat him pretty badly, and now it sounds like they're up big on what may be the number 2 seed in the tournament. I'm not clear what the seeding is at this point, but one of the better teams left in the Houston Marauders. So it's too early to say that the Mammoth and the Grays are on a collision course. Certainly, if you're just talking about biomass, you like the Mammoth in that collision, but that's not how that game will be decided. It will be decided by skill. Of course, Wolves are slightly more nimble. At any rate, it's too soon to say that we're going to play them in the championship. It's too soon to say that we're going to win this game. But there's still a chance that couple of Minnesota teams could represent. A couple teams from Minnesota could be represented in the championship game down here, which would just be really a great thing for Minnesota baseball, I think. Trying to read the stream. I think I see my mom's in the house. Hey, Mom. These hitters all look like hitters.
Hey, good pitch. Good.
I would say a lot of there seems to be a lot of Central Americans, South Americans, Dominicans. They're all in good shape. You know, they've all got that build, that athletic build. They're not talked about, you know, the 35 plus build, which is the high school athlete that's kind of gone to seed. There's that kind of 35 plus athlete. And if that's a spectrum, you know, they're on the same end of the spectrum as the truck driver and the softball player, that kind of build. And then you get, you know, guys like Matt Grill, who look like he might have just graduated high school. You get guys somewhere in the middle, and these guys are those guys somewhere in the middle who have size, and they're still kind of, you know, they still have some of that athleticism. So I think this is going to be a challenge. We're up 4-0, but they're making contact against Matt Grill. Certainly there's nobody we'd rather have on the mound than Matt Grill. I can't think of another pitcher older than 35 in the TCMBL that I'd rather have on the mound than Matt Grill. I mean, I'm probably missing some guys. But Matt is an all-timer, so it's comforting to know he's on the mound. If you're not familiar with Matt's repertoire, he's a guy who's, I'd say he's got a plus fastball on this level. I mean, it's not a huge fastball, but it's faster than what I think. I think it's fair to say that it's plus. He's got a coworker of his told me, and I confirmed this with Matt and Mike Lippert afterwards. He does have a breaking pitch that he works off the plate. We saw a lot of that actually on his first start. But his out pitch, his power pitch, it's strange to describe a changeup as a power pitch, but his power pitch is a changeup. Oh, he got him. Oh, he called him safe. Pick off. I think they're going to try to appeal to first. Okay, that was an attempted pickoff at first base. I think everybody on the field thought that they thought that the guy was picked off. Umpire called him safe. Randy is now asking if he can ask for help, meaning can the field ump ask the home plate ump if he was safe or not. So Randy's now asking the field ump if the field ump will allow us to ask the home plate ump to overrule the field ump's call. I didn't have a great look at it from where I'm standing. I'm certain you guys didn't. But like I said, the reaction on the field was that pickoff move got the runner. Now Randy is checking with that field ump to see if we can appeal the play. Not sure why it's taking this long. Randy doesn't seem to be too happy. Pointing at the first base ump. 4-0. You guys are up big, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we're up 7-1.
Nice.
We batted around in the first inning.
Wow.
Did you find a plug-in?
We got a battery.
Oh, okay.